Get to a point where it was like annoying, and we were just like, just stop, just like chill out, like hey, and then bye, like have a good class.
In my dairy, yeah, you can stare, but if you touch it, I'm a berry. Pretty as a picture, sweeter than a swisher. Mad 'cause I'm cuter than the girl that's with ya. I could talk about it 'cause I know that I'm pretty, and if you know it.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Jasmine Tanner from Atlanta, and I'm back with another video. So this video, as you already saw by the title, is a story time, okay? The story time of when I almost flunked in class. Okay, so basically, this was back in freshman year. I'm gonna be a junior in August, so it was like 2 years ago. Just about. And so yeah, we're just gonna get right into the story. It was the first day of school, okay? The very first day. You know, I was a freshman, so it was the first day of high school. And all of this happened in the first semester of my freshman year. So like and all of this happened in the first semester of my freshman year. So like I was really a freshman. Like I was a baby. So this was in gym class. So I had gym 4th block, and I'm pretty sure that this was towards the end of the day, because you know, on the first day of school, you just like go to all your classes, you play some type of like introductory game. Your teacher introduces themselves in the class. They pass out a little syllabus thing. And basically, it's kind of like an easy day most of the time, okay? I went in the gym, and my friends were already there. It was me plus 4 other of my friends in the same class. So it was 5 of us. On the bleachers, and I had sat in the row, like, in front of, like, below them. Well, then this girl came in. She sat down. She was sitting next to me for a couple minutes, but then she introduced herself. We're gonna call this girl SpongeBob, just because it was just like an inside joke between me and my friends. Hey, SpongeBob. So yeah, she's like, I'm a sophomore. What are you? I was like, oh, I'm a freshman. She's like, oh, okay. Mind you, this was a freshman gym class. So I guess most freshmen take gym. I guess most people take gym their freshman year, like the beginning gym. So for some reason she didn't take her freshman year, so that's why she was in my class, because you know she was a sophomore, so she wasn't really supposed to be in there. It was gym and health. So so she started trying to give me like freshman advice, basically high school advice, basically telling me like what to do, like what not to do, what to look out for. And a lot of this I already knew from common sense, and also because being the person I am, that almost that whole summer, like at least as soon as August hit, like before school, I watched 100 videos on high school advice, because that is just who I am. So I had already heard all of this before, like 1,000 times. But, you know, I was being nice, and I was like, I mean, to me, I was like, oh, she's a sophomore, she's older than me, and I'm gonna be, like, friends with a sophomore. Like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. So, you know, that was me. So, basically, I introduced her to my friends. I was like, hey, guys, this is blah, blah, blah. And they were like, well, hey, guys, this is SpongeBob. And then she's like, hi. And I was like, this is blah, 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 blah. And they were like, hi, I'm blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, basically, that's what happened. So fast forward, like we're finally getting, like school is finally like actually starting. We're finally getting into the swing of things. And you know, basically the school year has like officially started. So she, like in class, she would come up to me and like my friend, she was like, hey guys, she would give us hugs and stuff. And she was like one of those girls that would be like,
hey wife, hey baby mama, and you my girlfriend, hey girlfriend.
like she was one of those girls. No offense to anybody. But yeah, that's who she was, okay? That's just how she was. And I mean, we didn't really have a problem with her. We didn't really know her like that, but I mean, she was nice. She always said hey, and then that was it. Fast forward another couple of weeks.
And just like hugging up like too much and like being too friendly, like we don't even know you like that. And
It started to get to a point where it was like annoying, and we were just like, just stop, just like chill out, like hey, and then bye, like have a good class. Like it kind of like it really just started to like make all of us just irritated by her. And then the name SpongeBob was born because of reasons. And basically we started kind of distancing ourselves from her. And I guess maybe once she kind of caught that vibe, she started to distance herself from us too. And she started hanging out with another group of girls in the gym class. Remember them. But she also had her own little friends that she hung out with all the time too. But she started hanging out more with her other friends and with the other group of girls, right? So after a couple of weeks, this was probably sometime in October. It had to be sometime in October. This one day in particular, remind you, yes, sometimes like we talk about like her like weave that she had in since the first day of school, and you know sometimes we would like, I don't know, I guess just make jokes, you know how girls are, but like it was harmless. It wasn't like we hated her. It was just for a laugh. One day, but also we haven't, after that we haven't really talked about her in like a week. At that point we haven't talked about her or to her in like a week and a half, right? But in this day in particular, she came up to us, me and my other four of my friends, okay? She came up to us, SpongeBob walked over, and she was like,
Okay, I don't know what's going on, but do you have a problem with me? Like, I feel like there's a problem. I feel like there's an issue. And if you have something to say it to my face right now. Because I feel like you guys are talking about me every day, all the time. So, say what you gotta say. And
basically we was like, okay, hold up. We haven't been talking about you. And even if we was talking about you, like what are you going to do? Like, so basically we were just like, okay. First of all, nobody's worried about you. Like, who are you to come run up to us like that? Like, not like we were not finna fight her. I mean, if she was,
Y'all know why? If she was really about it, she was about it. Who knows what would have happened? Who knows what would have happened? But she was about it. She was about it. Cause if you feel a frog, you can jump. I'm just playing.
okay. But yeah, for real. So we was just like what? Like, what is your point here? And then we was like, nobody's worried about you, okay? Because at that point, we haven't really been talking about her at all. So we was like, we're not talking about you. Like, I don't know if she felt like we was talking about her for, well, I don't know why she came up to us that day. Because we really was not worried about her that day. Like, I promise you, we have other things to talk about. So basically, we was just like, you need to
calm down. Nobody's worried about you. There is no problem. And if we had a problem, like a real problem, we would have said it to you. And so
basically, she was just like,
okay, whatever. She's like, okay, I'm just making sure. She's like, I'm just making sure, cause I just want to know if there was a problem, sis. And I was like,
Okay, so she walked away. She went to the other group of girls. We're gonna call one of my friends, we're gonna call her Royalty, because that is her dog's name. Okay, so she went over there. She was like, oh, hold up, she going over to the other group of girls too. Let's, like, I'm finna see if she can ask them the same thing, because, like, she's running up to, like, a group of girls, and it's 5 of us. Well, it was four of them, but it's 5 of us, and one of her. Like, you cannot just run up to somebody like that by yourself. Like, not saying we was gonna fight in gym, but if we were to fight her, she would have got dragged. Not because we were all A1 fighters, but because it was 5 of us and one of her. She was pretty short. So anyways, first, Royalty went over there, and then the rest of us, like, followed behind her. It's like, okay, well, let's go. So we went over there to the other group of girls, and as we were coming, like, it started to look like they were, like, arguing a little bit. So when we went up to them, we were like, what's going on? And we were like, what's going on? Like, and she asked me, like, is she asking if y'all have a problem with her? And they were like, yeah, like, why is she coming up to us like this? Like, nobody's worried about her. Like, what is her problem? And she's like,
okay, well, I'm just trying to make sure because blah, 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 blah.
So we was like, so basically, it was just a lot of back and forth saying the same stuff. So it got squashed, and she walked away to her other friends and was like, bye. And so basically, we started talking to the other group of girls, and they told us that apparently, I guess the other day, or maybe it was earlier that day, I don't remember, we were at the track, like at the football field. I guess we were supposed to be walking or running, and one of the girls in that group had a Sprite. I just remember Sprite. They had a Sprite and they were drinking it, and I guess they left it on the side of the track to do a lap and then come back. Like, I don't know why they left it there. And basically, SpongeBob, I guess, saw it. I don't know if she knew it was theirs or not. I don't remember. But I guess she saw it and she poured it out. And they were mad at her because she poured out their Sprite. So I'm pretty sure, like, I don't know, like, it doesn't sound like a huge deal, but I'm guessing at the time it was hot, they was thirsty, she bought that Sprite. She's just trying to wonder why she would pour out a Sprite anyway. So basically, I guess that's why SpongeBob thought that they had some huge beef because of that day. I don't know if anything ever happened before that between them, but basically that was what their little beef was after, how gym class went after. So after that day, a couple weeks went by, maybe a month even, and SpongeBob started talking to my friends again. She started saying hey, slowly but surely. Started speaking to them again, started like hugging them a little bit, and she was very friendly and nice. Mind you, she never said anything to me. Which I find really funny because I was your first friend. Like, I introduced you to them, okay? I introduced you to them. You approached me first. I didn't speak to you first. You spoke to me. So I just thought it was really funny. I was like, okay, whatever. Ain't nobody want to talk to you anyway. But yeah, that was basically what happened. And then one day, like during second semester, I saw her in the hallway once, and she was waving. It looked like she was waving at me, but part of me didn't wave back because, you know, those awkward moments when somebody's waving and you think they're waving at you, but they're really not, because that's happened to me plenty of times. So part of me didn't wave back because of that, and the other part of me didn't wave back because if she was waving at me, bye. Like, I'm not waving at you. What you thought this was? Like, we're not friends. We're not acquaintances. Like, we are not cool.
I didn't know
She thought this was. I was like, okay, sis. But I didn't wave back, and then I kind of just like walked away. There was a lot of people So she could have waving at me. She could have not been waving at me. But yeah, I don't even know if she still goes to my school. I feel like I've seen her this past year, but I'm not exactly sure. I don't know if she moved or something. I forgot. Backtrack. We were like, you are a whole sophomore. Like, me and my friends, we were like, you're a whole sophomore having problems with freshmen. Like, you are a sophomore. We are freshmen. Not saying that we were trying to like talk down ourselves, but at the same time, it is what it was. We were freshmen, you was a sophomore, and you're beefing with us, you're mad at us. Like, move on, sis, grow up, like, be mature. Sophomores aren't really considered upperclassmen, but to us, they were upperclass. Like, be the upperclassmen that you are supposed to be. But yeah, will we ever be friends again? Only time will tell. I doubt my story time on how I almost got into a fight in class. Low-key clickbait, but it's okay. Please hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up because it really, 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 really helps me. But anyways, enough said. See you guys in my next video. And yeah.